up? I'm back, and so are you, obviously. So I went to a director's course and I learned so much about the other side of the camera. I learned about pre-production, production, post-production, and so much more. So I wanted to share a bit of that with you guys. So the three biggest learnings that I had were 1, interpreting a script, 2, camera shots and angles, 3, the treatment and post-production. So whilst I was on the Director's Masterclass, I met so many great people that I connected with and stayed in touch with. So I think that's something that you guys should really think about, because networking is so important. And I'm going to tell you a bit about the importance of networking before I get on to talking about the Director's Masterclass. One of the first things I really wanted to share with you is the support you gain from networking. You've got so many different people in the same industry as you with loads of different experiences, and you share them with you, they're sharing with you, you're sharing with them, and you're all giving each other advice. And sharing is caring, guys. And so you're all giving each other advice and your experiences, and you learn from that, and you educate yourself based on other people's mistakes and their successes, and you can interpret that and use it in your own way to fuel you and help fuel other people too. You can exchange ideas because you're in the same industry. You understand the same things that people outside of this industry wouldn't understand and wouldn't be able to give a helpful perspective on, because they don't really get it like people who are actually working in the industry do. The more people in the industry you know, the more connections you make, and that is super useful as well for upcoming projects that you are doing, if you ever need help, and to help other people as well. That's great. And by doing that, you also gain loads of opportunities as well. It's really good to stay in touch with those people as well and really build on that connection, because that's great as well, and it's really helpful for everyone. Another thing that networking does for you is boosts your confidence. Woo! Yeah, so it boosts your self-esteem as well. So that's really great. You get to be more comfortable, you can talk to more people and feel that you can express yourself and articulate what you want to say. It's really important to take notes, and that's why I have my trusted book here that I took with me on the Director's Masterclass that I'm going to use to help me express what I want to share with you guys. So, first up, interpreting a script. As a director, there are some really key things that you need to think about when you're interpreting a script, especially if it's not your own work. If you're directing somebody else's project and they've taken you on as director, then you really want to understand what the script is about. It's not only the actors that need to kind of get to grips with characterization. The directors really need to think about this as well. And that's something I definitely didn't know about until I went on this course too. So let's start. So you need to figure out where there's a beginning, middle and end, which I'm sure you've heard so many times, because it's really important to have, for a great story, to have a beginning, middle and end. Otherwise, where is it going? What's the point? What's the climax? What is happening? You're just going to be sitting there watching something and nothing interesting would be happening. So beginning, middle and end. And you also need to think about what kind of world it is. And I'm going to explain that a bit more, because so you know, sometimes when you watch something, it might be a utopian world or a dystopian world, and you want to, from the beginning, kind of set what kind of world you're in, you know? What's the feel of it? What's the tone? What colours are you going to use to express this as well? What colour schemes and things like that. Because you want to know how it will look, and how, when somebody's watching it, how the audience will feel already from seeing it. Are they going to get where you're trying to go with this, or is it a bit unclear? So you want to think about that as well, the style of it.
Camera shots and angles.
A close-up. Extreme close-up. Mid-shot, at the middle, mid-shot. Wide shot. With more space it would be wider. Over the shoulder. Low angle. High angle.
And then there's more.
Now for the treatment and post-production! Okay.
I'll start with the treatment. The treatment. As a director, you really need to visualize the whole production. So a better way of expressing your perspective of how you want the production to look like and things, you need a treatment. In a treatment, you think about the color schemes, the tone, the feel. How do you want the audience to feel when they look at it, when they see it? What effects you want? And yeah, the directors really need to have the big vision. So they're thinking about a lot of things. And some of these things will go into the treatment so that somebody can have a look at it and really get like the idea of what you're going for. Get the feel of the production, yeah? That was weird. So it's a bit like a mood board, lots of imagery and description, so people really know, so what you're thinking really comes across very clearly. You'd have the angles that you'd like, some ideas of the angles you'd like, shooting styles, like what lenses you'd use and the frame. You'd also have lighting, what kind of lighting you're going for, which contributes to the mood of the piece as well. So yeah, the visual palette. Perhaps what colour grade you're looking for as well. So yeah, a lot of that goes into the treatment, and probably for casting directors as well, you'd probably get a feel for the main characters, so they know what they're casting for, and so, you might have what they're like, perhaps some pictures of what you think they'd look like to help them along, to help them cast. Post-production and editing. So editing is really important because when you're making all those cuts, you want to make sure that what you initially had for the piece, all those ideas and thoughts and all the tiny details, you want to make sure that they actually still come across in the final version of your production, because they could get lost in editing. So you want to make sure you have noted down all those key bits that you want to make sure get in there. You also want to be, well, if you're the editor, that's fine, but if you have an editor, you want to be open with them, because they might have some really cool ideas as well, and that's a part of being a director, open to other people's inputs and ideas as well, not just, this is mine, there is no other way, be open to everything. You also might consider the way you're telling your story as well. You might have the end at the beginning instead, or flashbacks or something you might want to add in when you're editing as well, so that also comes under post-production, getting it all together. In editing, you can enhance those dramatic / narrative beats, visual effects as well if you want any. That all depends on like the genre and things you're going for, like your vision. Yeah. Music and sound as well comes under editing and music. So that sets the tone as well. Make sure that you pick the right music to convey the first meaning that you wanted it for. Thank you so much for watching. See you again next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff down below. Comment, share with everyone as well. Share the word. Spread it, spread it, spread it. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TiaMay29.